Dear distinguished guests, Honorable Ahmed, Hussen, Minister of Immigration and Citizenship, Her Excellency Madam Shakilla Umutoni, in charge of affairs at the High Commission of Rwanda in Ottawa, friends of our community, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to, first of all, ask you to stand up for a minute of silence for those that lost their lives. As we convene and start the event for today, I would like to officiate the event by lighting candles in the memory of those that lost their lives.
Friends, as we gather here today, many of you, those ones who were in Rwanda, you suffered a lot. Genocide lasted 100 days, but it was days of rape, days of torture, days of murder, and it took nearly 1 million lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the genocide, Rwanda was completely demolished. Its social, political, and economic structures were destroyed. But the spirit of Rwanda never died. From our rich cultural traditions and shared values, we have created something new, a vision of reconciliation, improved living conditions, and empowered communities. Honorable Minister, you will remember that Canada was among the countries that provided emergency aid to Rwanda and played a leading role in the organization of 2 roundtable conferences in 1996 in Geneva and Kigali to mobilize resources from international donors for the reconstruction of Rwanda. Today, my hope is that Canada will play the same leading role in supporting Rwanda to sustain the amazing work it has done in the past 2 decades.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shakilla Umutoni, Chargée d'Affaires of the High Commission of Rwanda in Canada. Also, thank you to the leadership of the RCA, as well as all the community members and friends of the Rwanda community who are here today. Thank you for inviting me to join you on this solemn occasion to commemorate 23 years since the genocide that occurred against Tutsis and moderate Hutus in Rwanda. And also to commemorate the fact that our international community's call of never again failed in challenging the genocide in Rwanda. Rwanda has emerged from that difficult period and has managed to develop and become a stable partner in the community of nations. But as they have done that, they have also made sure that the memory of the genocide is not forgotten. And Rwandans in Canada, Rwandan Canadians carry on that tradition and add to our moral fabric, being witnesses to inform us that never again becomes never again, and become very strong advocates for the responsibility to protect, which Canada stands behind and is ready to implement. To those who deny the genocide or to seek to minimize it, we condemn them. We condemn them unequivocally, and we say, never again, never again, never again. Thank you very much.
Ndibuka Genocide imaze gutangira, indege ya Habyarimana bamaze kwirasa, iminsi ya mbere cyangwa amezi hafi ukwezi kurenga nakumaze nihishe muri prafo. Muri quartier sinabasha kubabona, ariko abantu numvaga abantu barira baraswa bakubitwe imihoro baboroga abandi birukanta.
Ndibuka ko bahereye
I remember they started with my dad and they shot him in the stomach. And then they killed my mom right away. She died on the spot.
n'abo batante n'abahungu bose.
And they followed with all my aunts and my uncles. They're
twirutse tujya mu kintu cy'umwe tukabona ko amaze kugwa hasi.
They were all shot and killed in front of our eyes. We were watching through the windows, and then we were terrified, and then we just ran to go hide in the bedrooms.
Ndibuka ko umwe mu babukire yari umusiribateri abana n'umugabo atwara umupolisi. Ndabimenye uyu uko byagenze bajya gusohoka mu rugo umupolisi ngo yari afite grenade arayiterura arayimwiba ariko bamaze kwica niko kuyifata arayibatera hari umugabo umwe muri abo ngabo bari baje kwica mu rugo yahise ahaho vuga mwahirwe byabaye nk'aho aricyo kintu gituma batinjira mu nzu ngo baze n'abarimo babice ko birutse bavuga ngo iyi nzu irimo inyenzi nari nzi inyenzi icyo inyenzi ubu harimo inyenzi numvaga ko ari inkotanyi zihishemo batinya kwinjiramo bagenda bavuga ngo barahagaruka bahatwike.
Why was there no genocide or tactic killings before towards Bahutu during the previous regime on the kingdom? We have to ask ourselves why. For generations and generations, Rwanda was led by a king. To emphasize why there was no killing, tactic killing of any group of those defined social groups. Under the king, it was a structure, like I can say, a structure of 3 pillars. The king was basing his administration under Umutware w'Umukenge. This could be Umuturutsi. Umutware w'Ubutaka, this could be definitely Umuhutu, because they knew how to manage the fields. And Umutware w'Ingabo. That's it, 3. So no one could, they've distorted our history and saying the Tutsi were, favorite and that they had all the positions. No, that's not true.
You live every day in my memory. Love, Dad.
Today, it is our duty, those of us who are given a platform wherever we go, who are here in Canada, who are able to go to school, who are able to write, to do our part, because many of us have uncles who no longer exist because they went to they went to fight. And this is our turn now to fight. Today, the theme of this Kwibuka is to talk about genocide ideology. And so to give you just a quick example of what genocide ideology looks like today, I am a PR professional, so I know a lot about what we call creating a narrative. So you say something long enough and it becomes something that people adopt. I know how to frame something when it's written down so that a media professional will pick it up and repeat it exactly as I've written it down. That's what I do for a living. And I've done it for a long time. What happens is, with genocide ideology, the more that something is said, the more it's picked up. So recently I was reading an article and they said, you know, this person is who we know is a genocide denier. Some of the words that they were referencing, they said, so-called genocide ideology. Now, media has to do that because to protect themselves against defamation and legal issues. But what happens is, the more we say so-called, it belittles what genocide ideology is, right? It brings it on the same level. It gives a genocide survivor like my husband the same platform as someone who says, like René Le Marchand, that all genocides have to be discussed. Okay? So, small things like that, so-called genocide ideology. So the denier, he has the power to use words to inflict wounds, and the survivor has no defense because she's busy living that experience in the latrine, in the toilet, how she survived. And so I think as a community and as young people, I personally have committed that we must write survivor stories and we must let them write it in their voice. Like someone said recently, don't write someone's story, pass the mic. Allow them to write their story. And as we know, survivors don't tell you the story in one shot. Today they'll tell you how, what happened here, when they were at Save, another time they'll tell you, it happened here. You know, one of my best friend, we've been friends, I only found out how she survived 2 years ago. And it was not her who told me. I went to an event, a Kwibuka event, and I heard what she said, and I was dumbfounded. And I went beside my car, and I threw up for hours. And then I went home. And then I thought, I have the opportunity to throw up and go home, you know, and leave it behind and go to bed. And this young woman who's 30 years old lives it every day, how her younger brother who was 6 months was killed.
Icyizere gihari nuko abo tubwira dushaka no kwigisha barabona nidukomeza tukigisha neza bakabona ibikorwa byiza n'ubuyobozi bwiza bo ubwo bumwe n'ubwiyunge bizabageraho kandi bibahire. Arushobora kuvuga ati ubumwe biratinze tubyihutishe nko mu myaka 2-3 tuzayo uvuga atyo aribeshya. Ndavuga ko wibeshya. Hari igihe kirekire. Hari n'uvuga ati ntibizabaho. Nawe aribeshya. Kuko bizabaho. Abo tugendereye ko bibageraho nitubibagezaho neza bakabona ibikorwa byiza bo bazabibaho neza ubwo bumwe n'ubwiyunge bazabugira. Niyo mpamvu nshobora no kubabwira ntanabitinya habwa nti ababitekereza vuba mwaba mwibeshya yenda bamwe muri twebwe bishobora no kuzagira tutakiriho ariko ntibidutera umwete muke bituvuna ntibigira bite kuko niyo twatakiriho twasiga tuvuze tuti twaribye imbuto nziza abana abuzukuru bazabaho neza mu mahoro mu gihugu cyabo nabyo tukabyishimira ko twakoze ako kazi. Ntabwo ari ngombwa ngo natwe tuzabe tubirimo byuzuye ishwi. Icyangombwa nuko abadukomokaho bazabigiramo uruhare bakabaho neza bakagira amahoro bakiyumva ko ari abanyarwanda. Aho niho hazamo umunyarwanda.